get to it. Come on now. So we'll start things out. I'll give you the big news, the big stories, the big moments from your NBA weekend. Again, brought to us by Brunt Insurance, bruntinsurance.com. Saturday night, the Knicks won their 5th consecutive game, 128-106 over New Orleans. Memphis had a real good win over Denver, 112-94. I still think Denver is going to wind up running away with this Western Conference. The Nuggets are now 5.5 up. After Memphis picked up a game, the Nuggets are still 5.5 ahead. They're going to have home court advantage. And here's the thing, home court advantage throughout the postseason, and that's also important depending on if they can wind up getting home court in the NBA Finals. You got the thin air in Denver. That's a big deal right there. This isn't a big deal or not a big deal, but that would be a big deal. Anyway, the big game on Saturday, Boston, 110-107 win over Philadelphia. The game was tied, wild finish.
Pass Tatum. Tatum puts up a three. Bang! Jason Tatum from downtown. 1.3 remaining. No timeouts left for Philadelphia. Oh, they say no good. Came after the buzzer, and the Celtics win a thriller. They'll have to check it. And
we will review this last second shot as the ruling on the floor was no basket.
Embiid clearly, well, not clearly, you look at the replay, it was very, very close. But Embiid knew he didn't get it off in time. He was walking off the court even before the officials were checking the replay. Tatum gets the three there. You heard the bang. Mike Briny on the call. And Philly winds up coming up short. I feel like Joel Embiid's got a little bit of Patrick Ewing in him. I feel like Embiid never wins the big games. Anyway, Boston gets a real good statement win there. 110-107 over Philadelphia. The Sixers are 4 back of first place Boston. They had a chance to cut it to 2 if they would have won that game. On Sunday, Milwaukee, real good win over Phoenix, 104-101. It's looking like Durant is going to debut on Wednesday for Phoenix. I believe they're playing Charlotte. Milwaukee, they're just a half game back of Boston for first in the East. Milwaukee has won 14 in a row. I mean, win number, what are we talking? 13 was against Miami. Atlanta, fresh off of Nate McMillan being fired, Quinn Snyder, I suppose, will debut this week as the coach. Atlanta, a 129-127 win over Brooklyn. Trae Young had the ball. Closing seconds, tie game.
5 seconds, he comes over the top line at 4. Trae looking to drive.
Game time.
Shoots. Hits it! Despite a rear contest from Spencer Dinwiddie, Trae Young hits the game winner.
What a shot.
Yeah, look, that Brooklyn team sucks. You can get excited. Mikal Bridges, he's a good player. They got a bunch of real good role players. You can't win with a team full of role players. That team sucks. I think they're going to slide into the play-in. They're 8 games over 500 right now. The Heat are number 7, of course. They're 2.5 back of Brooklyn, who's number 5. I think Brooklyn is going to slide down into that play-in. The Lakers were down 27 points. First team this year to come back and win from down 27. Anthony Davis, he would hit a huge shot late. The Lakers would hang on to win 111-108. Things not going great with Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic. They're losing a bunch of games with those two. Here's the Mavericks head coach, Jason Kidd, after the game.
Yeah, I'm not the savior here. I'm not playing. I'm watching, just like you guys. And as a team, we got to mature. And, we got a lot of new bodies coming back, and we have to grow up if we want to win a championship. There's no young team that's ever won a championship, mentally or physically. And so just to see how we could respond, again, 2.5 quarters, we're playing at a high level on both ends, offensively and defensively. But what the Lakers just showed us is that it's not a race. It's not the rabbit who wins. It's the turtle. And they work the game. And that's where we have to get to. We have to get better at working the game, and we will.
So there you go. You get Dallas with another loss, Dallas with another loss, this time blowing a 27-point lead. Jason Kidd afterward, obviously frustrated. And, yeah, I don't know what else to add there. I mean, Irving and Luka, I love seeing it not work. Obviously, I want nothing but bad things for Kyrie Irving And there you go. So hopefully it ends up being a disaster. You know, Kyrie was a disaster upon leaving Cleveland. He was a disaster upon leaving Boston. He was a disaster upon leaving Brooklyn. But Dallas looks like, yeah, we're going to be good. Okay. We'll see. Finally, 2 more games, Denver, 134-124 win yesterday over the Clippers. Good bounce back for them. That's a very good win over the Clippers, who right now are number 5 in the Western Conference. They're a half game back of Phoenix for that 4th and final play-in spot. How about, a home court advantage spot? How about Sacramento? Just entrenched in that number 3 spot. They're 3 games up on number 4 Phoenix. Like, Sacramento, they're not going anywhere. Finally, though, the big news of the weekend, the big story of the weekend, Portland and Houston. You didn't think that would be a game that anyone would care about. Well, what if Damian Lillard becomes the 8th player in the history of the league to score 70+?
Gives it back to Grant. Dame will sprint out on the sideline to get the rock. High dribble into the lane, running right-hander up and in. Damian Lillard with that runner. 71 points, a career high.
So Damian Lillard last night, 71 points on 22 for 38 overall, 13 for 22 from 3, 14 for 14 from the free throw line. 71 becomes just the 8th player, in the history of the NBA to score 70. Second player this year to score 70. We'll see if I can name them. Player to score 70. Will Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant. Those are the 2 highest. Then you have David Robinson when he was going for the scoring title against Shaq on the last day of the season. He just took every shot. I think he scored 72. You got Donovan Mitchell this year. You got Damian Lillard this year. Devin Booker a few years ago. That's 6. I don't know the other 2. So I got 6 right there off the top of my head. But how about, you don't score that many points. 70 is a crazy number. We had 2 guys do it this year. That's how the league is now. Lots of 3-pointers, very quick pace. I'm not going to say it doesn't mean anything, because scoring 71 is crazy. It's obviously amazing. And it's not like it was a 50-point blowout. Trailblazers won by 17. All right, it's not crazy. But, yeah, the score... a guy scores 50 now, you don't even bat an eye. 70's crazy. But a guy scores 50, it's... Yeah, all right. It's a Wednesday in the NBA. It's kind of weird. Anyway, there you have it. Those are the big stories from the NBA this weekend. That is our full weekend NBA rundown brought to us by Brunt Insurance. I've been using Greg Brunt and his team at Brunt Insurance for about 10 years now. They cover my home. BruntInsurance.com, 954-589-2204.